guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time, my name is Tofumi and this is my channel where I teach freehand sewing tutorials. So in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make this bust caging. Here I have my pattern. I have my bust pattern already cut out. I have the fabric that I'm going to be using. So this fabric, I'm using it for the bust and also for the lining. Then I have the este that I'm going to be using. For this este, you can use black or you can use white, but I'm choosing to use black or this particular one. Of course, I have my scissors, I have my pen, and then I have my Regilene boning. We're going to be using this Regilene boning, that is the boning that we can sew on. So let's get right into it. The first thing I'm going to do is to cut out this pattern on the fabric and on the lining. So as you can see on this pattern, I already have the arrow to signify which side is which side, and then I wrote out center front, side front to make it easier. So I'm going to 1/2 inch round. So having done that, here is what I have. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to replicate this on what I want to use as the lining. Kindly note that I had to use pen for educative purposes. Don't mark out your fabric like this. So I'm going to do that, and I'm also going to add my interfacing. I'm going to be using 3 layers of interfacing because I want it to have strength. I want it to have stamina very well. So I'm going to be using 3 layers of this interface. I'm using ST like I stated earlier. So here's what I have. This is the side and this is the center. So for people that are beginners, I'm going to be placing it like this. That's why I added the arrow. See, can you see the arrow? That's why I put the arrow. So I'm going to do it like this. Can you see? I've pinned it down. I will now mark 1/2 inch. I'm going to join it on the edge by 1/2 inch. I'll do the same thing for the other side also. So here's what I have. Can you guys see? I've gone to stitch it round. Also, I've gone to notch it at the edges. I'm going to notch the edges. So I'm going to turn it out for you guys to see what it looks like. So now the next thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to iron it. I'm going to press open this seam and iron it. Guys, so here is what I have. Can you guys see? Like, even without the cage, is already standing well. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to take in 1/2 inch all the way around. So here's what I have, guys. Can you see? I'm going to mark 1/2 inch all the way around. I'm going to trim down this allowances when I get to the machine. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to measure from this point, the middle here, to this point. What I have is 3 inches. So I'm going to mark halfway. So from here to here is 3 inches. That means from here to this place is 1.5 inches. So that's what I have. I'm going to just take it down like this. Can you guys see it? Then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. What I have here is 2.25, so I'm going to use 1.1 as a halfway. And I'm going to take it all the way down. Please note that we are drawing this pattern on the lining piece. We are drawing this pattern on the lining piece, not on the main fabric. This is the main fabric that I have here. This is it. This is the main fabric. So this is the lining fabric. This is what I have. Now that we've drawn this, I'm just going to make just one line or two across. So I'm going to take 1 inch away from the top. Do the same thing at the middle. Do the same thing at the end here. And I'm going to connect them together. Can you guys see? I connected them together. I'm going to take another 1 inch or 1.5. I'm taking 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, and do the same thing at the middle here. So here's the pattern that we have. Can you guys see? This is the pattern that we have for our bust caging. Now let's go to the sewing machine. I'm so sorry my camera stopped recording, but basically what I did here was you start from the middle point, so 1/2 inch from the top and 1/2 inch from the bottom, and you go all the way this is what I have. Now the next thing I'm going to be doing is to replicate that on the side. Make sure you place it on the line that you've already marked. That's the essence of the line to guide us, and then we'll stitch it together all the way to the bottom and do the same thing to the other side. I'm going to repeat this process for all sides until every side is covered. Can you see what I'm doing to the other side already? So I'm going to do the same thing to all the straight lines. All my straight lines are covered now, so I'm going to go straight to the vertical lines. If you are stitching together, please ensure that your boning is not straight. Your breast cup is supposed to be curved. Your bust caging is supposed to be curved also. The breast is not a flat surface. Please ensure that what you are sewing is not straight so that your breast caging and your bust caging will not come out flat. Now that I've covered all sides, now I'm going to use my boning to seal up the edges. I'm going to do it round. The top part is going to be left alone for now. So I'm going to stitch it all just to cover all the lines at the edge and to seal up my cage. It's supposed to be a cage, so this is going to form like a fence around the bust. Now to the last but not the least, I call this part the gate because this is the last part that you sew to seal everything. It's just like you're locking a gate. So you're going to go over to the top and sew the top. And here we go. This is what our bust cage looks like. Can you see how beautiful it looks? And then you place the main fabric on it just to cover it because you don't want this bust caging part showing outside your fabric. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, drop a comment if you have any question. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.